Hey, how's it going everyone? And welcome to Bloodborne. And yes, I know, I'm late for this one by like 2 years or something like that. But you know what, I've been playing this recently and it's quickly become one of my favorite games of all time. So that's how good it is, and for you guys I'm gonna start a new game.
Oh, yeah. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yarnham is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yarnham blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
So the reason why I haven't played this before is because I was intimidated, because this is like a Dark Souls game, type of game, and yeah, I don't think I'm any good at those type of games, so I didn't play it for the longest time up until now, and now I love it. God knows how many hours I spent on this, and yeah, let's enter my name. I have obviously completed this game and put so many hours on this. So here I am playing again. Now this is not going to be in any way, shape or form like a guide or a walkthrough of sorts or anything like that, because I don't think I know enough about the game to do that kind of sort of thing. So this is going to be more like of a let's play or a playthrough or whatever. Right. This is your origin. It doesn't really affect too much other than obviously your starting stats. So, ordinary, happy upbringing, all attributes average, lone survivor, high life essence and vigor, suffered misfortune, youth, highly resilient as a result, violent past, terrible, violent, rash but stronger for it. So, yeah, specialist fit for a slogan or military veteran. Noble Scion, Cruel Fate. You can pause and read the descriptions, but basically, yeah, Waste of Skin basically keeps you to the lowest level, which is 4, and then you can put your attributes wherever you want. And I'm going to go for Lone Survivor because you got the highest life, and you got 420 Blood Echoes. So, yeah, I'm going to go for that, because life is, to me, it matters more than anything. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that one. The build is slim, very slim, burly, very burly. Yeah, let's go. I don't think I even freaking changed. You can change the whole character, you know, however you want. You can make him stronger, weaker, whatever the case may be. I'll go with this one. Got face details, face presets. As you can see, the face, it doesn't really change all too much from what you've already started with, so I'm gonna leave it as default. Now, the reason why I'm not going to go into too much detail over this, other than maybe changing the hairstyle and whatnot, is because 9 out of 10 times we're going to be using, well, armor, I suppose, and we're going to be using helmets and whatnot, so whatever kind of customization you do is not going to be, yeah, it's not going to be all that, you're not going to be able to see it too much. So let's see if you can have a beard. So yeah, again, it's you can customize it, but it's not, you're not going to see it too much. So some people spend hours customizing the characters, and it's like, you know, wearing a wearing like helmet all the time, so it's like you never get to see your character. Color of pupils, let's give him a more bluish tone. Jeez, that takes quite some time to go. Oh, change by 10. I could have done it that way. 100. And then I say that, and then I spend loads of time. You can have tattoos, or marks, whatever the case may be. And finish. I'm happy as is. Finalized contract. So yeah, finally playing Bloodborne, which again I was very intimidated about it, but once I got into it, it's not as difficult as the Souls games I find, and I've been playing this for ages. So this is just one of the loading screens. I'm gonna leave the very first one, and from here on out, I'm gonna always cut out the loading screens because, as you can see, the loading screens are long. They're not too long, not the longest, but they're long enough. So I'm gonna be cutting those.
All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
You found yourself a hunter.
And there we go, finally, like reborn. So yeah, we're starting the game now. This is the beginning of everything. And if you go down this door, it doesn't open from this side. So I just wanted to point that out when we start because, well, though I don't want to spoil too much, but we will be coming back here. So as you can see, I'm playing online, and when you play online, you see these notes around everywhere. Now, I highly recommend you playing online, at least if you're starting with, because it makes the game a bit easier. And there's notes everywhere, so players will help you out, point out secrets and you know, important notes and whatnot. And yeah, let's just read this. Handwritten scroll, seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. I will be explaining that a bit more, but then again, I'm not going to go into too much detail on the lore of the game and whatnot. Yeah, I'm just gonna be playing around and explain as I go. But yes, I highly recommend you play online when you start with, because you're gonna get those messages that's gonna help you out 9 out of 10 times. Yeah, sometimes people troll you around and you get invaded by the players, but I'm gonna go ahead and very easily say more than 50 hours of gameplay, I've only been invaded once. And that one time the player was actually quite nice about it. And yeah, he wanted to duel, but he was, you know, he was good. He didn't just attack me, he kinda... I didn't want to fight, but he did, so yeah, whatever. We didn't. We did, and I lost. And there's your first enemy in the freaking game that I highly recommend you avoid, because he will kill you. So we're not gonna go fight him right now. We're gonna skip him and open these doors to the real world. Now, as you can see, we start out with nothing. I'm just gonna go quickly show you guys my character. This is how we start with. You got no equipment, as you can see here, and you got very basic attire. which is not going to do all too good. And we get quicksilver bullets. You start with 2 blood vials, which blood is a really big theme in this game. So everything has to do with blood. So blood heals you. There's you know, pale blood and whatnot. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail on that, but blood is a big theme in the game. That's why it's called Bloodborne. You got blood echoes, and yeah, it's just all to do with blood. Anyway, so we got 4 more blood vials, and I'm not going to attack anyone here, mostly because yeah, I'm going to dodge though. Get some invisibility frames to get that ladder down. I got no weapons, so I could attack. Whoa, I'm gonna dodge that. Yeah, I could attack, but it would take me literally 50 hits just to kill him. So you gain nothing from it. You might as well just run and don't do it. And here is a lamp. So if you like this lamp now transports you back to the hunter's dream. Upon death, you will awaken at this lamp. What the? Ah, bastard! You followed me here. I wanted to show you guys something else, but screw that. Let's go to the hunter's dream before this guy kills me. I didn't want to go just yet, but. Right, this is the hunter's dream. Welcome to the dream world. This is like our safe haven, to be fair. It's like I'm not gonna say you can't die here. Yeah, you can die, but as you can see, there's lots of specters here. But this is like player duels more than anything. So there's basically no pause in the game, and if you want a 100% safe place to just rest around, I would suggest just coming here and stopping for a break or whatever if you don't want to just pause the game, or if you don't want to just quit the game. As soon as you enter, you'll see this peculiar doll here, and it's just an abandoned doll. Now, if you look at the top right on the screen, below the 420, we have something that says 0. That's the insight. Again, I'm not going to explain that too much, but you basically need at the very least 1 insight for that doll to come back to life. If you ever reach the 0 insight, she'll go back to being, you know, deanimated. If you talk to this guy...
Aha. You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home for now. I am... Gehrman. Friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it.
So yeah, this is Gehrman, and as you can see, he's got a peg leg, a cane, and he's in a wheelchair. Why does he have a cane if he's in a wheelchair? I don't know, but that's just attention to detail, I suppose. So we got an altar here, which we can't use just yet, and we have the workshop. In the workshop, you can fortify weapons, and which we don't have any at the moment. I'll choose some in a moment. You can repair weapons, and you know, for now. In here, it's very important that I point out, this is storage. So you can retrieve or place items in storage. So the maximum blood vials you can have is 20. So when you get more than 20, the remainder that you pick up will automatically come into the box here. So you can always pick up more items, and you never get 100% full because they'll always come back to here. Now these messengers here on the floor, there's 3 of them, and this is to give you a choice of your gear. The messengers offer you a trick weapon. Choose one. Trick weapons are wielded with the right hand and employed in beast hunting. So this is the start weapons. You got 3 of them to choose based on 3 different tactics, I suppose. So you got the saw cleaver, you got the hunter axe, and you got the threaded cane. Now, a lot of people love this one, and even the hunter axe. Weapons in this game are not like in Dark Souls. Same as you know, armor and everything else. As long as it's personal preference. Every single weapon in this game can become really good if you spend lots of time with it and upgrade it. So it's just personal preference of what kind of weapons you want. Now, the threaded cane is more like a skill weapon, and it skills really well with well, all of them actually skill better with the skill, and I'll explain that at a later date, not just yet. To me personally, I love the saw cleaver. That's by far my favorite. The threaded cane does the least amount of damage, but it's the fastest one. The hunter axe does the most amount of damage, but it's the slowest one. The saw cleaver is kind of got best of both worlds. It's by far my favorite, so I'm gonna take the saw cleaver as my first weapon. That's my right hand weapon. This is a left hand weapon. So you got two of them. You got the hunter blunderbuss or the hunter pistol. I always go for the hunter pistol. That's just personal preference. Again, you can choose whichever one you want. Up here you got gift, a notebook received from the messengers. Leave messages those loyal servants to share with hunters in other worlds. And we also get a notebook, which I'm going to yeah, just bookmark there. And he says I haven't made any notes with this character, so I'm not going to get anything. So I'll explain notes as we go along a bit more. But that's basically all the messages that you see on the floor from other players. That's a note. I'm going to just go quickly equip my weapons. As you can see, saw cleaver is there, and the hunter pistol is there. So for your right hand pistol, sorry, right hand weapons, not pistols, you always get this, you know, this type of weapons, and for your left hand you'll always get this type of weapons. So you can't mix and match both of them, unfortunately, and it's very much of you gotta stick with how it is. But yes, so this is our weapon. Now, unlike not Bloodborne, but unlike the Dark Souls games, you don't, how do I explain this? You can transform this weapon, so you can attack it as is, or you can have it like this. This is kind of like the one-hand and two-handed version. So obviously in this way it's going to do a lot more damage, but it's also going to be slower and cost more stamina. This way it will do a bit less damage, but it's going to be a lot faster and cost less stamina. It's just a trade-off, basically. Anywho, on these stones, if I go here, you get either the first floor sick room or the central Yharnam up top. I'm going to go back to the first floor sick room. Alright, so we're back to Yosefka's clinic. The place that we were pretty much born, I suppose, or that we just started. If you walk up to the way that we were just in the room, you can't go anymore.
Out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do.
You get a blood vial if you talk to her.
And good hunting.
So, yeah, so let's just quickly inspect it. So, basically, it's a special type of HP recovery. It restores a much bigger amount of HP, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just like a powered up normal blood vial, I suppose.
Are you still in? But I have nothing more. Please, I can only. Are you still in? But I can.
Okay, she doesn't say anything else right now, but eventually, soon actually, you want to return back to her, and the reason for that is because you can send people to her clinic. So you're gonna find people around here, which I did find before. I'm gonna transform this weapon, see if I can. Well, I wanted to do a surprise attack on this guy, but whatever. This will work. And now I can fight him, because I do have something to fight him with. And I can fight all these other guys, as a matter of fact, as well, because I have something to fight them with, too. Something I haven't spoke about and I just looked at is the gun you have. Yes, you get a gun in this game. And you might be asking, well, why don't you just go around shooting people? Well, the gun isn't really to kill people, it's to parry them. Because it does so very little amount of damage that it's just not viable to kill these guys. Yes, you can get guns that do a lot more damage, but again, it still would take quite a fair bit of bullets to actually kill them. And yeah, I wouldn't suggest you guys try that. Only like if you're low on health and you've already nicked their health to an absolute minimum, would I suggest then you guys use that. I'm gonna get some Molotov cocktails. Actually, I shouldn't equip this, you know, because I feel like I'm gonna accidentally use them, and trust me when I say you don't want to use it just yet. You want to save this for much later. But anywho, let's climb up here. And again, back to where I was before I very rudely left you guys because that guy was freaking attacking me. And let's talk to this guy.
Oh, you must be a hunter. And not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnham has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good.
So if you talk to him again...
Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yarnham lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood, or so they say. Yarnamites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance. Across the valley to deep with that.
Right, so that's pretty much all his dialogue for now. Now if you notice that his lamp is outside, this is how you can tell people that you can talk to, other NPCs basically. And for the most part you're going to talk to them through windows, because they don't come out. It's night of the hunt, and there's loads of beasts around, and that is incense burning. That wards off beasts basically. So that's why, that's the only way you're going to talk to most people. So that's just how it is in the game, unfortunately. Yeah. Let's get Pebble. Now that I will equip. Again, Pebble, it's just a little small rock, and all you gotta do is just throw it at people, and I'll show you guys how to use this. Now if you look here at the floor, it says notes, no more signal for ignoring. That doesn't tell you much. However, there is a bit of an ambush right there. So what I'm gonna do is, nothing but ambushes here. As you can see, somebody else already wrote a note. So there's a guy over there, and you can just kill him in one hit. But for most new people, they won't know about that. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna write down a note here. And yeah, what I'm gonna do here is, I'm just gonna type in beware of, and then tactics B, ambush. And if you press the L1 button, you can point forward. And that's the note I want to jot down. And then when you view all notes, beware of ambush, and I'm pointing that way. So I'm just warning other players there's an ambush up front. Now, if other players vote this, which I will do to this note here, I'm gonna rate it fine. In the middle of the game, if you get that voted, your health will refill. And that's why notes are so good in the game, because it saved my ass so many times. I've jotted out so many notes with my other character throughout the whole world of warning people of ambushes and just being generally helpful and funny at some points, that I get my notes upvoted all the time, and I get my health refilled when I need it most. So that's why I highly recommend you guys use the notes, be helpful to other players, and you'll be rewarded for it as well. If you read the notes, you'll know of these tricks and this stuff. So that's why I recommend play multiplayer. Take a step forward and sneak attack is effective. As you can see, if you were to jump down here and then attack that guy, you could kill him. I'm not going to do that just yet. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to call it the end of this video here, because it's ran for long enough. And I shall see you guys on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed the series, and